Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine.
Good morning, everything. Looks like everything is on. All lights are green. All gauges are go. Let's see here. Hopefully you guys had a great Thursday. Obviously today's Friday, last day of the week. At least I hope it is. Let me check the calendar. Is today Friday? Today is Friday the 3rd. If you didn't know it, it's also the day that your Congress pops back in and pops back out, and hopefully we have a Speaker of the House. Otherwise, Captain Red Tie can't do his job. All right, Andy Pearson, thanks for the 5x5. Debbie Chandler, first rose. Number 2, Light Raider, you are deterred. And also the winner, guys. He was the dedicated guy that I made that special video for that everybody got to see last night. Yeah, that was, I decided to throw everything in that little baby pelican case and just have some fun with it. All right, what do we got? Deanna's here, Catitude's here, Tuck is here, Andy is here. All righty then, Canada. West Virginia Pappy, Oops, Miko Wolf, and that is it that have checked in. 16 people have checked in. There are, I don't know, I don't think there's 16 names on the board. Everybody, check in. Okay, so as usual, guys, I got my tea set up. My mug is on the way. If you guys haven't hit the merch store, you might want to check it out. It's pretty nice. Thanks. Also, I'm a little let down. Nobody gave me any ideas for new merch. So yeah, don't be slackers. All right, let's see here. Didn't sleep too well last night. Matter of fact, I've been up since about 3 o'clock, so I am dragging rear end all day long. Ian, good morning, my friend. Good morning. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get right into this. Let's see here. I've really been thinking about like that. There's somebody put the name of that movie in the chat. It was a Netflix original. It was about like total chaos. You know, people show up at the bug out, the rich guys bug out shelter and all those kind of things. Uh, and um, and it was just it turned out to be just like mass attack, chaos attack throughout the United States. And somebody put that name of that in the chat because I can't remember the name of that movie, but it just seems like that right now. And I don't think it's hyperbole. I don't think that I'm blowing things out of proportion, but guys, it seems that the word IED, leave the world behind. Thank you very much, West Virginia Pappy. That is 100% accurate. Don't look up. That's a funny one, though. That's a funny one. Um, but it's just the word IED is back in the American news, inside of 48 hours. They're finding guys trying to blow up trains. Apparently the guy who did what was it? The Trump Tower thing. He was apparently a 20-year veteran of the Special Forces. Things are not dots are not connecting. Dots are not connecting, and it's kind of chaotic. It's and this may be what our enemies want. So who's doing it? Who's pulling all the strings? Nobody knows for sure, but I think that we should be paying attention to it. Now, I've noticed that I have subscribers mode only on, which means if you're not a subscriber, you cannot comment. And I think that that's kind of cheesy, and you should be able to comment. So hit that subscribe button. It does help. So, with all that said, one of the biggest things that we depend on today is power, electricity, that jolts of stuff that makes all of our little mysterious, magical, make our lives easier devices, water, toilets flush. It makes all of the things in our world work. Okay. Uh, Rumors say they both were same unit. No, they were both same 82nd Airborne. But that doesn't mean anything. Uh, let's see. Catacoot says I watched the video that both of them were Army and served at the same base, but didn't know each other. Yeah. Anyway, so power, power, guys. Come up with a little tutorial for you for things to think about when the power might go out. All right, it's really that simple. So power outages, they're increasingly common across the United States due to aging infrastructure, severe weather events, and growing demands on the electrical grid. It's everybody wants more power. While most power outages are short-lived, longer ones can present significant risks, such as food spoilage, lack of clean water, or exposure to extreme temperatures. Preparing in advance and taking proactive steps during an outage can minimize these risks and ensure safety and comfort. Now, I think the first step is to maybe when the power goes out, turn on, and I'm taking this from the perspective of that movie, like everything just went out. You know what I'm saying? So I guess the first step would be is to turn on emergency lights. The first priority during a power outage is to ensure visibility and prevent accidents. Keep flashlights or battery operated lanterns in easy accessible locations throughout your home. Avoid using candles as they present a fire hazard, especially during emergencies when first responders may be delayed. An additional tip could be is glow in the dark tape on flashlight handles and key emergency supplies can make them easier to locate in the dark. Consider rechargeable lanterns that can be powered by solar chargers or hand cranked mechanisms. Now, that's actually a tip that I picked up the other day is putting glow in the dark tape on a flashlight. That way you can always find it. If it's just sitting on a shelf, out there just collecting all the that radiant energy from the light rays bouncing all over it. When the lights go out, you'll be able to find that flashlight most Ricky tick. Step number two. Step number two. Check your neighbor's power. Identify whether the outage is specific to your home or part of a wider issue is kind of critical. If your neighbors still have electricity, suspect your main circuit breaker or fuses that have blown for some reason. An additional tip to that is if resetting your breakers doesn't work, inspect electrical cords and plugs for damage. Keep a basic electrical tester in your emergency kit to quickly determine if the outlet is receiving power. Looks like you guys put some stuff in the chat. I wonder if I can make that chat bigger. Let me see if I can push a couple of buttons here. Oh yeah, that's better. That's so much better. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna move this over just a hair. And let's see. Do some Miko says if someone says sleeper cells, and the border's wide open, thank you, Joe. Yeah, exactly. Captain Blue Tie. Right now the CIA is estimating that there's about 1,000 operatives inside the United States, thanks to Uncle Joe. West Virginia Paps is calling for snow and ice here today and the next few. We're going to be at the very bottom of that. If it snows here, it says it on a graph, but I'll believe it when I see it. Cuck, good morning. Watching from the People's Republic of Michigan. We got Outdoor Ally, all the way from Scotland. I know it's the UK, damn it. I'm saying the UK. Miko, we got new infrastructure of power lines, only people don't know how to drive, can't keep my neck and power poles down. I gotcha. All right, let's see here. West Virginia Baptist rechargeable light bulbs for house lights. Yes, I have those in the living room, and I always forget about it. In fact, the girlfriend found one of the. I got one of the mid-grade ones where you actually, if you want to use it as a flashlight, you actually have to like take it out and put the back end on it, and then it turns into a flashlight. Um, and she's like, "What's this for?" And it's like, "Those are for the emergency lights that are in these lamp right here." Oh yeah, things we forget about. Tuck says, "I got glow tape from Maritac. I put it on some flashlights. There you go." Bradley says a lot of Palestinians are freezing because they're just living in tents. Off topic. Yeah, well, it is what it is. Bradley, good morning, my friend. But tape only works if exposed to a light source. Well, of course, Rose. That's why you don't stick your flashlights you don't stick your flashlights in your cupboard. You leave your flashlight out where like you can get to it, so you don't have to like fumble through your cupboards to find it. Now, with that said, I'll also say that I have said it in the past, and I'm still an advocate of it. Walmart used to sell $1 flashlights, little plastic ones. Got three little LEDs in them. I think they're 300 lumens. Three AAA batteries go inside of them. I keep them everywhere in my house. Matter of fact, I have one on top of my hot water heater because that's where the timer for the damn thing is, and I want to be able to read it in the dark. So yeah, they're still only $1.25, so you might want to look into that. Um, let's see. The driver of the Cybertruck didn't commit suicide. He was killed. Then the truck was driven to Vegas. Um, I'm gonna go and say I don't think that's the case. Because he was inside the truck, no one else was inside the truck. The truck rolled up, the brakes were held, confirmed by the brake lights in the video, and yeah, then it went kaboomy. So there's no telling. There's no telling. Had ice last night and a snow dust. Got you, Rose. Got you. Lazy showed up. Good morning, my friend. Cuck says, or actually, Oops says to Cuck, most likely not the same truck from Colorado. The drive time and recharge time. There's no telling, man. It's all science. It looks like Andy's got some ice and snow. Ban everything. We maybe get an ice storm in central Louisiana. That would be interesting to see. I got to get some coffee. West Virginia Pappy says they make rechargeable flashlights to plug in outlets up auto when power on. Yeah, and they actually have lights on them too at night, they stay on at night so that you can find them in the dark. Let's see, they're kind of expensive though. So Miko says we're 4 feet of snow and we do care share free delivery. Got you. Well, control is easy. Um, where are we at, Tuck? I put bits of glow tape on light switch plates and touch lights as well. When I need is more chem lights and quality flashlights. Gotcha. Debbie says I'm driving, but I'm still listening. All right, so let's go to move on to step. We have not looked at yet is the we have not looked at the poll yet. And in the poll, and obviously there's no rush to answer the question. We've got 22 votes, which is pretty awesome. What's your top priority during a power outage? 32% believe staying warm and cool. 23% say, well, actually, no, 41% preparing for extended outages. And then it's 32% staying warm and cool. 23% keeping food safe. 5% saying maintaining communications. Gotcha. All right. So with that said, let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. So assess the problem's scope. Basically, how big is this? What has happened? To understand the scale of the outage, contact your power utility provider if this still works. Use an emergency radio to listen for updates if phone lines or cellular networks are down. For large scale outages caused by storms, EMPs, or other disasters, this information is critical for planning your next steps. What's up, Preston? Good to see you. 420 all day. Good morning, my friend. From the ashes of Canada. Well, I got two Canucks in here. I got two Canucks in here now, maybe even three. Nice. Hopefully, you guys can get rid of Trudeau. All right. So, an additional tip to that would be some utility companies offer text or app alerts for outages. Sign up in advance to receive updates directly to your phone when services resume. Yeah, I've signed up for all the apps that have to do with my cable or my internet provider as well as my power provider. And also I've got a hard lock on all of their outage maps. All right, let's see here. And then number four, contact family members. Ensure that family members and loved ones are safe, especially if the outage affects transportation systems such as stoplights and streetlights. Driving can become hazardous during extended blackouts, so it may be safer for family members to stay where they are until conditions stabilize. Oh, that's been a while since I've had a nice hard yawn, and that one wasn't even that hard while I'm live streaming. So, yep, drink. All right, so additional tip on that one. Equip your family member with a small emergency bag containing a flashlight, water bottle, and phone charger to use if they're away from home when the power goes out. Basically, a little bitty magical bag of magical stuff that help them be better than everybody else. Step number five, unplug appliances. When power is restored, surges may damage electronics. Even surge protectors may not always prevent damage during extreme fluctuations. Unplug sensitive devices such as TVs, computers, and gaming systems. Additional tip is to invest in a whole house surge protection system, which provide broader protections for all outlets and appliances. Additionally, label all key electrical devices and their corresponding outlets for easy identification during emergencies. Number six, verify water supply. During extended outages, water treatment systems may fail. Tap water could appear clean but still harbor contaminants. Check for alerts or advisories about water safety. And the tip on that one is always keep a backup supply of bottled water and water purification systems like gravity filters. Practice using these systems in non-emergency situations to familiarize yourself with their operation. Bradley Collins, thank you very much. I'm gonna give you a heart, bro. I'll give you my heart, bro. I'm gonna hit that like button and I'm gonna say, thanks. See, thanks. Boom. Let's see. Yeah, well, I mean, we're one step I got one of them right here and a box of them over here. So if you want to see what the next videos are going to be about, starting next week, then yeah, you know the deal. All right, let's see here. Going to the chat. Lights that look like a light switch. I got you. Late, but that's Preston checking in. And let's see. Tuck says, I chose stay warm cool because the time to prepare for extended power loss isn't during a power loss. Exactly. Cuck says, if the alleged terrorist had decided to go after substation, we would be in a world of hurt. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing is this isn't about hurting people. This isn't about hurting America. That's not what this is about, guys. This is about well, the guy that drove the truck into the 10, now 15 dead people that I know of. He literally said in his Facebook post that he had wanted to just hurt his family initially, but he knew we wouldn't get enough news out of it. So that was his goal. Now, what the other ones were, I could not tell you. They all seem to be coming at the craziest time, and they all seem to be in the politically motivated space. So, yeah, I don't think it was trying to hurt the nation. I think they were just trying to bring attention. You know, there's already been one Hamas protest the day after the truck guy drove into people, and then they're planning another one for this weekend. So yeah, it looks like, I told you guys, I told you, I don't want to say I told you so. I hate those words, but words came out of my mouth early on, almost 60 days ago, that said the next 60 days are going to be all hell's going to break loose. Don't 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 put your guard down. Don't let your guard down. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. Brad mostly like still a problem. All lines are still vulnerable. True. If you're within the affected radius of the EMP, possibly the pulse induces currents in power lines. True. Um, Rob Nagarden. I don't recognize you. Thanks for hanging out with us. I've started with, and if you just recently surprised, which I can't tell, because it would be on the screen, which is this big over here. I can't actually watch it while I do this. I started steered from alkaline battery. If all my light source flashlights don't come with built-in rechargeable, I use the rechargeable AA, AAA D cell batteries one time. Use them are dead weight. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Roll to IC. Good morning. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Ben, everything says we had no power here for 3 weeks after Hurricane Laura in 2020, and I didn't get my stimulus or Social Security until November. I bought backup solar batteries. Got you. Let's see here. The cold will unalive you before starving. That's the truth. That's the truth. 420 all day. Blaine says, must find alternative ways to stay warm. Absolutely. And rural to IC. Thank you very much for that $2 donation, Broseph. Uh, yeah, it all goes to the computer fund. It goes to the computer fund. All right, so checking we're up to 27 votes and we're still currently 44%. The question is, what's your top priority during a power outage? 44% says preparing for extended outages. 33% stay warm or cold. 19% keep food safe. Maintain communications is at 4%. Cuck V, wife and I are hoping to fire up our wood stove for the first time Sunday afternoon. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Okay. Is it brand new? It's brand new. Don't forget, you need to watch out for the off gassing. Make sure that flue is open, Broseph. Let's see here. Number 7, keep fridge and freezer closed. Preserve cold temperature in your fridge and freezer by keeping the doors closed. Refrigerated food typically remains safe for about 4 hours, while frozen food can last up to 48 hours in a full freezer. Now, the tip on that one is freeze water bottles and ice packs ahead of time to help maintain cold conditions in both the fridge and freezer during outages. These frozen items can also serve as emergency drinking water once thawed. Absolutely true. In my deep freeze there in North Carolina, I keep the bottom of it full of water, 1 gallon water bottles. Just crack the tops on them, drain a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I would say probably drain, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches on them just for expansion, and then close them up and put those puppies in the bottom, and they freeze. And when your electricity doesn't work, the freezer still stays very, very cold, and you can drink the water if you want to. All right, let's see here. Number 8, conserve phone battery. Phones can become lifelines during outages, so conserving battery life is crucial. Close unnecessary apps and switch to low power mode. Additional additional tip, reload critical documents such as utility contacts, maps, and emergency plans onto your phone. Consider purchasing a power bank with multiple charges or a solar powered phone charger to ensure your phone remains functional. Absolutely. One of the very first videos I ever did, and if you guys scroll down, I think I'm at almost 1,000 videos now. If you can scroll long enough to get down there, I actually did one on turning your phone to low power mode Most people don't even know how to do it. You can turn this thing into the Mob Bell magical phone that barely receives a text and none of the apps come on, but you can ring a ding ding all day long. You can make the battery on this phone right here is good for 14 days if I turn it to low power mode. It's absolutely amazing. All right, let's see here. Let me check the chat real quick. Let's see here. Oops says get extra rechargeable batteries for whatever you have. Many different kinds, shape, sizes are used these days. Totally true. Speak of the vote. Speak of the House vote at noon. Technically, the House will be in order at 11 o'clock today. I am thinking about live streaming this situation. It's supposed to go reasonably well, but we'll see what happens. I've got some errands I have to run. Um, let's see. Miko says always practice with two-way radios just in case when the power goes out. Best way to plan comes second nature. Helped out a lot when I came to East Coast when the storm hit. Yes, absolutely true. Absolutely true. Um, 420 says my top priority is the safety if my 72-year-old mother and my dogs. Yeah, completely understandable. Uh, 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 I'm just calling you Rob, man. It's too hard to say. Robin de Godin. Laugh out loud. I'm not that new. I've been following for the last 2 months. You said that the last time I posted a comment. Such much appreciated. Uh, I do expect to keep up with thousands of people. I know it's difficult. It's difficult, but I'm normally pretty good. That's why I try to keep the chat active and get people like moving through the chat. You know what I'm saying? Because then I remember them. It becomes there's a connection. You know what I'm saying? So good to have you. Miko says, and for all your meets go bad, you have a block party with your neighbors and get to know your neighbors because the power might be up for a while. You mean might be down for a while. Okay. Yeah, cook that meat, bro. Let's see here. Ban everything. Be careful about charging your phone if it's very cold. It will destroy a lithium battery to charge it if it's freezing cold. Yes, true. Very true. That's why you want to make sure you buy jackets that have pockets on the inside, breast pockets, because you can stick it in there and your phone will stay warm. It's also a good way to keep your canteens from freezing. I know this from personal experience. Good morning, Pilgrim. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Can't that meat to keep it? Can't. There you go. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, you need the power. You need to be able to can the meat, though. So I guess you're gonna can on, your gas stove, maybe that could work. That could work. But hopefully you would have already canned it already. So above, good to see you, bro. Man, I have not seen you in like forever. Where have you been, you lurker? All right, let's see here. We're about halfway through this right now. Hey, guys, as usual, you know the deal. If you love your country, not your government, if you love your country, put a number one in the chat. And I think this could actually be like a terrorist thing. And it's a terrorist thing when I do this. Hopefully, I'm not getting like the algorithm attacking me and stuff. America, there we go. I'm gonna drink some of this tea. I'm gonna talk some smack. I'm gonna read you some stuff, and we're all gonna learn because this is an educational channel. Rogue Element, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, so with that said, we need to pay some bills as usual, guys. We're going to talk about Jay's Medical today, and the reason we're going to talk about, I'm sorry, Refuge Medical. I get them mixed up all the time. The reason I'm talking about Refuge Medical is because we all need to have medical supplies, and I know at some point you're going to be like, LP, I already bought all the medical supplies. And I'm going to be like, okay, what about your mama? What about your daddy? What about your brother? What about your sister? What about your kids? Is there a tourniquet in your kid's car? If there's a tourniquet in your kid's car and they know how to use it, put a number 2 in the chat because I'm super curious. Anyway, Refuge Medical, they're the best in the world. Not a joke. They're not just the best in America, they are the best in the world. They actually save people's lives. And they have a lifetime guarantee on all their gear. And if you use that to save a life, and you can write them a nice little letter and Give them some data, then they will replace everything that you used in your kit. Not a joke. Now, it's not cheap, so yeah, maybe you use that code PREPSTOCK. Because I'm too lazy to call them and say, please change that code to LocalPrepper. Anyway, you're going to save 15%. 15%. All right, guys, we're going to roll off that back to the main. And Light Redder says that he has 2 times 3. Gotcha. So only one person has tourniquets for their kids. Isn't that special? And please do not try to impress me by buying El Cheapo Chinese crap. Don't do it. It's not smart. It's like the Glock. It's got to work out of the box every single time. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to number 9 and stay cool during summer outages. You know, the winter time, well, let's talk about the wintertime in a second. So, high temperatures during summer outages can quickly lead to heat exhaustion or dehydration. Dressing in lightweight, breathable clothing and prioritize hydration. The tip for that one is use wet towels or spray bottles to cool down with, and set up makeshift shade areas if you're outdoors. If safe, open windows at night to allow cooler air to circulate, and close them during the day to block the heat. And that brings us right into number 10, which is stay warm during winter outages, which is probably more prevalent right now. Cold temperatures can be life-threatening during winter power outages. Layer your clothing, use emergency heating sources, and focus on insulating your home to retain warmth. Now, the tip on that one is to create a designated warm zone in your home by closing off unnecessary rooms, using heavy blankets, sleeping bags, or even bubble wrap on windows to to minimize heat loss. Keep pets in the same area as their body heat can help uh, maintain warmth. When I was living in my little cul-de-sac, my little hole in the woods, we literally only heated the living room, which led to the kitchen, and our bedroom. That was it. We had other rooms inside of the structure that never, ever, ever got any heat to them whatsoever. And the way we zoned that off was I actually used heavy cotton blankets and literally created screw posts and hung them down or at the beginning and ends of the hallway, so it completely isolated those two parts of the houses. It's kind of old school, but it does work. You can use a small heater. It doesn't even have to run all the time, and it will keep a room very, very warm. Not joking. It also doesn't hurt that, when you cook at night and before you go to bed, supper, that kind of thing, that also generates heat as well. So you're not wasting that energy. And that's really all it's about. It's about using energy appropriately. So, all right, let's see here. Step number 11, prevent pipes from freezing. Frozen pipes can burst, causing severe water damage. Let faucets drip slightly to keep warm water moving. For prolonged outages, consider draining pipes and water heaters. The additional tip on that one is to apply pipe insulation before winter to reduce the risk of freezing during power outages. For outdoor faucets, use insulated covers or wrap them with thick layers of fabric. Now, here's the thing, guys. They're like, well, I've got well, good for you. Your well probably doesn't work, unless you've got a battery system on it. It probably doesn't work when the power goes out. And if the power goes out during the winter, then it's not going to maintain pressure long enough to go drip, drip, drip on a few faucets. You get my drift? So think about that stuff. Think about that stuff. Let's see here. Where are we at here? Roll of plastic and staple gun. Yep, that will do the job. That'll definitely do the job. I remember it used to be a thing where people would cover their windows during the wintertime with not inside, but outside with clear plastic. And they would just staple. And then when the summer came, they would just take that down. So, food for thought. Sufficient autocorrect. I got you, Pilgrim. Pilgrim says medkits should have two TQs. Sometimes one isn't sufficient for profuse bleeding. Yes, very true. Very true. Miko says it's all in the basement stage 60 to 70 all year round. in the water lines of 6 feet. I got you. I got you. So you're all set. You're all set, Miko. Rose says on the farm we had a room that was off the kitchen window on two sides, wasn't insulated, but was our overflow fridge in the winter. Gallons of milk could freeze in there. Oh wow, that's crazy. But I mean, during the wintertime, you never have any problems with refrigeration. That's for sure. A well pump that runs off 12 volt. All you have to do is keep the 12-volt battery charged. Yeah, I know, but that's just it. 99.9% of well pumps are not. They're not set up for 12 volts. In fact, if you're on a deep well, you could actually be running a 220 pump, because it just needs more juice. And most of them are 112, 115, 120, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about if you're an electrician. But anyway, um, you know, it it really all depends on what your well is needed. You know what I'm saying? If it's super deep, you're not going to get away with a lightweight pump, and the heavy duty pumps require a little bit more power. But 12-volt pumps do exist. And I always tell people that if you got a well and that's one thing that you don't want to have to worry about, yeah, just get yourself a little baby solar system for that well pump. Hook that sucker up, get the 12-volt going on. You're in like Flint. You're in like Flint. All right, let's see here. Let's see. The last thing that we're going to talk about is number 12, which is power out. It's called staying engaged or stay engaged. Power outages can lead to boredom and frustration, especially for children, using the downtime to engage in low-tech activities such as board games, storytelling, and shadow puppets. Additionally, keep a small blackout entertainment kit with the card games, puzzles, and craft supplies to help pass the time and maintain morale. Morale. Sounds like a pack of cigarettes. Doral. There you go. All right. So now let's talk about some expanded recommendations, some other things that I wrote down that I want you to think about. So create a comprehensive family emergency plan. Nobody likes to hear me say that. It's like right up there with telling people store water or you could die. You could die. Viceroy. Yeah, that's an old cigarette. Um, create a comprehensive emergency plan. Establish communication protocols and meeting points for family members in case of separation. Include emergency contact information and practice drills to ensure everyone knows their role. For instance, it's my job to go check on grandma if her power goes out and stay with her if necessary. Maybe bring her back to my place. Prepare a fully stocked emergency kit. Most people don't even do that. Beyond flashlights and batteries, include a multi-tool, some duct tape, first aid supplies, even an extra set of keys. Pack high energy snacks, blankets, and any necessary medications. You also want to invest in backup power systems. One of our subscribers is just telling us the same thing a second ago. Solar generators are quiet, sustainable options for powering small appliances and electronics. Gas power generators offer higher output but require proper ventilation and fuel storage. Portable power stations are another versatile option for charging devices. Then we also need to focus on water independence, water, food security, in that order. Water, food security, security, water, food security, in that order. In addition to bottled water, store collapsible water containers to increase capacity during emergencies. Rainwater collection systems can supplement water needs, but should be filtered and treated before consumption. Enhance home insulation. Waterproofing your home can significantly reduce temperature fluctuations during outages. Install draft stoppers on doors, insulate attics and basements, and use the thermal curtains on windows. Coordinate with your neighbors. Establish a neighborhood emergency plan to share resources like generators or tools. Check on elderly or vulnerable neighbors during extended outages. A collaborative approach enhances safety and resilience. And then learn basic repair skills. Understand how to fix minor plumbing, electrical or heating issues can prevent small problems from escalating. Keep a home repair guide in your emergency supplies for a quick reference. You know, and the thing is, guys, by doing these steps and implementing the expanded recommendations, individuals and families can better handle power outages of any duration. This is going to reduce risks and increase resilience during emergencies. During emergencies. All right, guys, now's the time for you to put your vote in if you have not done that yet. Currently preparing for the extended outages, it says at 45%. Staying warm or cool is 32%. Keeping food safe is 21%. And maintaining communications is at 3%. Go into the chat. Go into the chat. Let's see here. Couples can pass the time by arguing. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You're supposed to be a prepper. Why am I cold? Sound familiar? Let's see. Miko says you run a Jackery and you just got to keep your charge solar panels goes up to 220 volts. That's true. That's true. If you got the right Jackery, it does anyway. Ban Everything says if you have cold sensitive fruit trees, do whatever you can to save them. Cover small fig trees with piles of leaves and straw and a tarp. There you go. Gingification. I haven't seen you in a while. If the grid goes down, I'm cooked. Well, get your stuff, get your get all your stuff in one bag. You know what I'm saying? Pamlico Prepper, good to see you, bro. I use old school Christmas lights and frost plants on my citrus trees. Gotcha. Rose says our parents are gone, so if not together, do text each other. We are scattered between 4 states. That'll happen. Pamlico Prepper says blankets. 7 to 14 days of water storage. I always say 21 days is 21 days is my standard. Is my standard. Let's see here. The longest I ever went without my well was 9 days. So just hint, hint. Miko says, or you get a Generac. What is a 500-gallon propane tank? Dial keep you want power for at least 3 or 4 months. That's interesting. You really think that, 500 gallons of propane? Yeah, okay. Well, I would say that'll do the job. Sit on the back deck and watch drones. There you go, West Virginia, Pappy. Tuck says, my wife gets cold easily these days. At least once a year, I have to say, bring a flannel. And told you to bring a flannel. There you go. There you go. Okay, guys. Looks like, well, it doesn't look like we made our goal, so you'll just have to be patient with me and not know what's inside these boxes and things like that. But yeah, it is what it is. For those of the people that did donate, I greatly appreciate you guys. It all goes towards the new computer. And I think that's going to be about it. It's going to be the weekend, guys. Listen, I say stay safe all the time, but up until Trump becomes president, and maybe even after that, so many people are going to try and either stop the process or agitate things or force the government to do something that it wasn't supposed to do. And you need to not be part of that. Okay? So please stay safe, guys. All right, guys. I'm going to say, have a great weekend, and I shall see you when I see you, which for some of you is in the Discord because you're members. If you're not a member, find the link below. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye.